Okay, welcome to my video. I'm going to talk a little bit about adding the rapid override and Feedrate override controls to Mach3 Turn. So I've just begun using Mach3 Turn a lot more lately, and for the most part I like all the standard screens that just come with it right out of the box, but one thing that has always bothered me is there's no Feedrate override or rapid override like there is in Mach3 Mill. So it's kind of just kept nagging at me. I figured I better figure out how to get around this. So I did a little research and I found out how to add the controls to the Mach3 lathe screen set. So I thought I'd shoot a really quick video and show you how to do that. So I thought I would use my fancy screen capture, screen recorder software, but it wasn't really working well for me, so I'm just going to hold my phone up to the like the oldest computer that I have and show you how this works. So there it is. You know, you have the rapid slider, I have the feed rate slider, I have the increment up, increment down, reset. And I also figured out how to add these quick buttons here for the rapid. So I am going to try to show you very quickly. I'll try not to be too long-winded. I tend to be a little too long-winded in most of my videos, so I'm going to try to get right to the point and show you how I did this. So here we go. If you want, I'll show you a quick little demo how this works in action. So let me just cycle start this program and let this thing run through here really quick. Okay, so I'm at 5%, 10% rapid, 50%, 100, 5%. So that works really nice. I'll kick it up to 22%. And you can probably hear the sound more than you can see the sound. So now I'm going to play with the feed rates. So there it is, 71% feed rate, 52, 42, 32, reset to 100, 130, 140. So there you go. So you can see the controls work just the way they're supposed to, and kind of like what you would expect. So that's all good stuff. So let me go ahead and show you how to do that, how to get these controls on your screen. Okay, so to get started with this, the first thing you need to do, normally Mach links the rapid override to the feed rate override. So to change that, you go to config and general config, and you come down here to this little checkbox. This is going to default to being checked where it says lock rapid feed rate override to feed rate override. The default value, that will be checked. You want to uncheck that. You do not want to lock the feed rate override to the rapid, or the rapid override to the feed rate override. So uncheck that. The next thing you need to do is you have to get on the Newfangled Solutions website, and you need to download this screen editor program called Screen 4. I don't know why it's called Screen 4, but it's called Screen 4. It's a really simple little editor for altering the screen sets in Mach3. So jump on the Artsoft website, download it, and you have to unzip it inside of your Mach3 folder. So you want to put it inside the Mach3 folder and unzip it there. If you don't have it inside the Mach3 folder, it will not function correctly. That was the first thing I discovered when I tried it. So go get yourself Screen 4 and put it on your computer. After you have Screen 4 installed, what you can do is go and open up a screen set. So you want to be in Mach3, and you'll notice down here there are two settings. Well, all files or screen sets. And what you're going to see is there's my default screen sets are 1024 L set and 1024 set. 1024 L set is the lathe screen set. 1024 set is the milling screen set. So we want to start with 1024L set, the lathe screen set. So just open that up, and on my computer it seems to work best as 640 by 480. I don't know how your screens are set up, but for me it works best 640 by 480. Open it up, you're going to get the generic screens. First thing I would do is go and file, save as, and I'm just going to call it 1024, oh, I don't know, we'll just give it some weird name here, 1024 underscore XXXX. That'll do. So save it. So now we are editing 1024 XXXX. We're not going to mess up our default screen set, and if you give it a different name, your custom screen set won't get blown away if you upgrade Mach or reload Mach. Next thing that you need to know, these little buttons up here, I really couldn't find much in the way of documentation, but I noticed this thing, if you click this, it makes all the images go away. So that's kind of handy. And if you hit this button, it brings up this screen selector, all the different screens. So the one I want to edit is page 3. That's the cycle run screen. Once you're on these screens, these buttons on the bottom, they sort of function, but this is probably your safest bet for getting around in the screens. So, okay, so there you are. But once again, I would turn the images off so you're not selecting too many things. So now you have screen 4 installed on your computer, and you've duplicated your standard Mach screen set and saved it with a different name. So now we can go and add the controls. Okay, so for the way I set my screen up, I think I had to add 11 little, I'm going to call them objects. I don't know what their proper name is, 11 controls. But I'm not going to show you how to do all 11. I'm just going to show you what I think are the 3 basic types. There's DROs, image buttons, and labels. So all those things are over here on the left side of the screen. DRO, buttons, image buttons. I guess that's how you put pictures on. Toolpath display, G-code list. There's all these what look to be like the basic things in Mach, and then there's, I guess this is like the null selection, no. So the first thing I'm going to do is go up here, click on DRO, and I'm going to come here and I'm just going to draw a DRO. So that's what it looks like. And before I go any further, I'm going to come down and select none, because if you don't pick none, it's just going to keep adding DROs every time you click the screen. So you can reshape the DRO with the little handles that pop out on the side. Just, oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Let me drag that back over there. So you have to be careful when you're selecting things. And there I did it again. So try it like this. Okay. And you can also use the keyboard to move things, the arrow keys. So there you go. Pretty basic stuff, really. Okay, so now you have that on your screen. When you double click on it, this neat little window pops up. It has all these, I guess, parameters and whatnot for the control. So I made a cheat sheet with all the settings, and I'll have a nice screenshot for this at the end of the video. So the first thing I want to add is that it's the feed rate override. The control type is DRO. System function is feed override. So let's put some of these values in. So right up here, system function is feed override, and I think I want the control to be 32 by 198, so I'm just going to pop a 32 in there, and 198 down here. There's 198. Tab group, I think it's supposed to be 8 based on what I read online. Oh, this is important. If you pick skinned, Now you can pick an image. So the image I want is called slider1 PNG, and it's under bitmaps. It's under mil bitmaps, and you have to pick the PNG type, and I want slider1. And last but not least, what I have to do is set the format string, and that I think kind of controls the, well, I think you'll see what it controls after you start typing it in. So the format for that, I'm going to try to just type this while I hold the camera up there. See if I can do this. Is SD TL 5H250% 3.0 and then a lowercase f. So that is the format. So I'm going to say OK, and there's my nice little slider bar, just kind of like what you would expect. So there it is. Looks pretty good. All right, so there's a slider bar. The next one I'm going to do, we did feed rate override. I'll do the feed rate FRO reset image button. So you want to click on image button, and I'm just going to draw it here. I don't know, I'll draw it right here. That's where I want it. And I want to go pick none because I don't want any more things. So now when I double click on the image button, the system function that I want for that is reset feed override. Reset feed override. I'm going to make that button 40 by 40. 40 by 40. There we go. And the image I want is called small reset JPEG. So I'm going to go up here, say it's still in mil bitmaps, and I'm going to pick JPEG. I'm going to say small reset. And I think I missed it. Small reset JPEG. Okay, so, okay. And, oh yeah, somehow I did not save my numbers, so 40 by 40, I think is what I said I wanted that button to be, 40 by 40. There we go. So now I have a small, or a image button, so that image button is going to reset the feed rate override. There's also something called labels, so I'll just drag a label over there, and they are exactly what they say they are. It's a label. Double click on it. You can write something in there like you know, FRO, and then you can just change the size to, like, you know, 44 by 18 or whatever. The height pretty much seems to control the size of the font. So there you go. Now we have that. So all of these things have been loading system functions. There's also something called OEM code. So I guess we could do one of those really quick. We'll do the let's see, what will we do? We can do the rapid override, I guess. We'll do the I don't know, that one has too much stuff. Let's do increase feed rate. We'll do the increase feed rate. So once again, that's going to be an image button. I'm just going to draw it right there. And I'm going to pick none, so I don't keep getting more image buttons. And the if we double click on that, I'm going to say under system function, you have to pick this is very important. You have to tell it that it's doing the OEM code. And I gotta find, there it is. So under system function, you have to tell it OEM code, and then the screen will default to this. And then, what am I doing? I'm doing increase feed rate. So the OEM code for increase feed rate is 108. So there we go, we got the code. I'm going to make it 40 by 40 again. 40 by 40. And last but not least, I want to do the image. So the image is speed plus JPEG. So go out here, pick JPEG, and the image is, find it, speed plus JPEG. And I don't know why, for some reason I keep losing my size here for my button after I type it in. I don't know why that is. So let me just try to do that again so we get the right size. And okay, so now lost my screen. Let me go back here. 3, none. Let me just click on some stuff, try to get it to. All right, for some reason I'm losing my screen. I think that might be a glitch type of thing in Mach or in this editor. So let me get past that. I figured out what I'm doing. If you left click on it, for some reason it just jumps to page 0. But if you right click on the button, you'll get all the settings. So there we go. We have a screen set for OEM code. And there, I just did it again. So let me try. I don't know what I have to do to actually drag that thing around on the screen, but I'm hoping that maybe it works itself out here eventually. I guess I could change the position here too if I had to. But so okay, so we've added a DRO, we've added an image button, we've added a label, we've added a image button with an OEM code. The last little thing I'm going to do is just add a regular button, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with that. Regular button, pick none, right click or double click on the button. This is going to be one of the buttons I do a VB script in, so I'm just going to pick VB script. The label, I'm going to just say, I don't know, I'm going to say 10%, the label, and that's all I'm going to say. Okay, so now we have some basic stuff. So let's save this. Let's jump over into Mach and open up the screen set and make it do some stuff. Okay, so Mach is open. I'm going to reset it, and I am going to go up here to View. I'm going to say Load Screens. And I'm going to, and this is where you have to make sure you pick which screen. It defaults to the mill screen set. You want to pick turn files. And then we have this one that we just created. And there it is. And all of our changes are under auto and cycle. So there they are. There's our buttons. So we can now adjust the feed rate. We can, I must have messed that button up, so I'll jump back in to edit it. It's not incrementing it. The feed rate FRO reset works, and then we have this 10% button that doesn't do anything. So let me jump back over into the Screen 4 editor and figure out what I did to that button and why it's not working. Okay, I just figured out why the button's not working. So somehow I didn't actually paste the OEM code in there that I thought I was pasting into it. So that OEM code was supposed to be 108. So I got the OEM code, I have everything set. Let me make sure that that is right. And now, oh, look at that. Now I can actually move it around and do what I want to do with it. So there you go. Make sure when you set it to OEM code that you actually have the OEM code in the OEM code function field. Okay, back to Mach, reset, auto, cycle screen, there we are. So our feed rate override works. Oh, look at that, now that button works just the way it's supposed to be. And then we need this FRO reset button. So that all works. So we have this last button. These were supposed to be like our quick set the rapid to a quick setting button. So let me show you how you configure that. So we set that button to run a VB script. You actually edit the VB scripts here within Mach. So you go to this setting or this menu option, operator, edit button script, and all the buttons you add it will start to flash. You hit it, click on it, left click on it, and now you have the script editor. So the script I want to add is set OEM DRO 223, 100%. So the OEM DRO, if we look over here, the rapid override DRO, the rapid override DRO is OEM code 223. So this VB script is going to set 223 to whatever you put in there. So I'm not sure if this button will work because I didn't actually put 223 on the screen, but I'm going to type the code in there for you anyway. I'm going to say set, I better do it in lowercase, set OEM DRO 223, I'm going to say 10% just for giggles here. So set OEM DRO 223 to 10%. Say file, save, get out of there. So if I would have put the 223 DRO on the screen, you would see that change, but I already showed you how that works. So here we go. So that's it. So that's a very, I hope, brief enough tutorial that shows you how the Mach 3 screen sets can be edited. So I'm going to load the screen set that I made because I like that one a lot better. And here we go. Reset, auto, cycle, and there they are. There's all the screen sets. So actually that button I made in the other screen set must have worked because it left feed rate override at 10%. So I hope you find that helpful. I'll put a nice clean picture of this little chart I made at the end of my video so you can look at it and pause it and copy whatever information you need off of it. And alright, so have fun and be safe.